Welcome to Carline Conversations number 2. I'm going to talk a little bit while I keep my eyes on the road. I'm going to go pick up my son. Usually I talk to myself during these things. If people can hear me, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Thumbs ups always help. And make sure you like the video if you're watching it later. But maybe the audio here is working. In just a few minutes, we're going to talk about what I'm carrying, but in the meantime, I wanted to talk a little bit about purging. I'm doing a little bit of a spring cleaning, late spring cleaning, because it's almost summer now. Doing a little bit of a late spring cleaning, and I'm not just talking about EDC stuff. What are some items that you have in your home that if you did, I heard this question posed on, I forget what it was, podcast, talk show, whatever it was. If you would not, what are some items in your home that you would immediately go back and buy if you lost them in a fire? What would be some items that you would be buying again if you lost those items in a fire? If insurance gave you the money to get it back, gave you the money for all of the possessions in your home, would you rebuy that certain thing? And I got to thinking about that, and I was like, man, that list is not very long. There's some precious stuff. Like if you guys have seen, maybe what brought you to my channel is my grandfather's EDC, World War II EDC. Those are some precious items, right? Those are irreplaceable items. I think about the items and the possessions that would be irreplaceable are the ones that if my house is burning down, obviously I make sure that my kids and my family are safe and that I'm safe, obviously. But at the same time, if I had 30 seconds or 60 seconds to grab something, that's a very short list. You know what I mean? So I got to thinking a lot about that and a lot about the idea of getting rid of items, purging from your items. We probably all have way too much stuff. I don't know if you have been watching Marine X's channel. I don't know if you subscribe to Marine X or not, but I really liked some of the stuff that he's talking about the idea of not keeping a lot of stuff around. And that rattling, sorry about the vibrating there. It'll be better here when I get parked, and I'll show you what I'm carrying here in just a moment. But he's been talking a lot about the idea of not keeping too much. I mean, how much is too much? Honestly, how much is too much? And so, hey, Nameless, good to see you there, buddy. You finally made it. How about it? How much is too much? Is a dozen knives too much? Is a dozen flashlights too much? At what point is the line there? I just think that's very interesting. If you're thinking some of the same thoughts, why don't you comment below? I'll see if I can read it. I'll be stopped here in just a minute. I'm grabbing my son, sitting in the car line here. I'm grabbing my son from middle school here in just a few moments. And so I'll be parked here in just a second. I'll be able to show you what I'm carrying. However, getting back to the topic at point, what would you rebuy if your house burned down and you lost everything? Now, that's a terrible thing to think about, first of all. And as I'm thinking about that, there is not 10 minutes away in my community here. If you're familiar with Murray County, Columbia, Tennessee, it's about 45 minutes south of Nashville. We got hit by a very big tornado last week, and fortunately, it did not hit the city of Columbia. We've got about 60,000 in this city. And in the county, I believe, there's about twice as much as that. So this place is growing by leaps and bounds. But here's the thing. Those people lost everything, and that is a sad, sad thing. And the last thing that you're worried about when you've lost everything is, oh man, I got to replace that knife I bought at Smoky Mountain Knife Works 3 months ago. You know what I mean? You're just not thinking about that, right? What you are thinking about is surviving. You're thinking about finding another place to live. You're thinking about all those things. So my question, obviously, what would you buy? There's never too much, is what Nameless says. I disagree. There is a point that I'm reaching and I'll just go ahead and talk to you, Nameless. There is a point that I'm reaching that I need to make sure that when and if I croak, if I kick the bucket, hopefully it won't be for a long time, but when I do not want my kids to have to go through all of my stuff. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, not a lot of it's going to be valuable stuff. I'm big into retro video game collecting. I say I'm big, I used to be. And now I'm thinking that I've got so many ways to play these games and so many ways that my boys can play these games. I don't need those systems. I don't need those cartridges. Yeah, are they nice to have on a shelf? Absolutely. Right? We all like having our collections. We all like having our stuff on the shelf. We all like having our home in Hatfields little thing with our displays of our knives and our watches and stuff like that. But how much is too much? Well, I think there is a point where it reaches that there is never too much. I think you reach a point where it absolutely is too much. All right, here in about a minute when I park, we're going to look at what I'm carrying. Speaking of having too much, right? I am heading to the middle school where my son is going to be waiting on me here. I've got about 12 minutes until I've got to get out of the car so we can talk and converse then. All right, so some of the things that have been happening this week. I like doing these short little live presentations, and I actually got a bag here that I want to show you that I got on a huge discount. And this is not a bag that is a very big deal, but it was at a huge discount, and so I'm going to try to do that. Okay, so now I'm parked. Now it's safe for me to read some comments. He says, all right, that's fair. That is fair, isn't it, Nameless? Let me take a drink here and let me show you. So what I am carrying today in the pocket is the Vostede Mini Labrador. I'm going to do a video on this, a dedicated video on this, but this right here, this knife is unbelievable. Now, the phone makes it look a whole lot bigger than it is. It's actually, look at how small it is. It's actually not very big at all, but look at that. You got a frame lock on there. You've got a very nice drop point blade. I got a few fuzzies on here. I've been carrying this thing almost every day. Milled pocket clip. Check that joker out right there. I got a little bit of, I like putting lanyards on stuff, and especially when they're contrasting colors. But you've got smooth, you got the same spacers. This is a titanium handle. And you've got a little Vostede branding right there. This is 14C28N steel on this. And so a very good overall steel. It's not going to be expensive, but it's still going to be pretty durable and pretty good at what it does. And so this little thing, I am absolutely in love. I know Vostede sent me this for free. I'm not saying that you should go out and buy one today. I am saying that this is the perfect knife for me. It is small. I like small knives. If you have watched any videos on my channel, I've said that multiple times, but it's got a great action here. It is clicky. It's lightweight. I mean, I cannot get enough of this knife. It is very, very nice. Did I mention that it's very, very nice? It really, really is. I'm not sure, I'm going to check it out a little bit, but I'm not sure what that little Allen key is, or that little star bit is for right there. Maybe for like an adjustment on the frame lock there, but don't know. Going to look into that more heavily. It's got a kind of, on the edges here, it's got a kind of got these chamfers, and you can see the contours and the chamfers there. It's kind of got a little bit of a beat up look going, like a little patina kind of going, and oof, I love it. This is just such a small, nice little knife. Now they've got I believe they've got a satin finish or a stonewash finish, stonewash finish that is in like a silver. That's all they got right now, but I cannot wait to check out the other things of the Mini Labrador. This is the Mini Labrador, in case I didn't say that before, I was so excited. The Mini Labrador from Vostede. So I'll give you a little closer look there. Look at those contours right there. I love that. So that is what I've been carrying for the past week or so. Everywhere that I've been going. I've also had a little bit of a mixture, and I've been carrying the CJRB Mini Pyrite. Now you're probably very familiar with this, but I have found, look at this right here. Oh, so good. I have found that this really small knife right here, I really dig. It's got this awesome little, well, it's got a finger hole here, and you can kind of, I'm old. I've got arthritis in these 2, 3 fingers. It's starting in these other fingers. It's just, I don't know, getting old. That's all I gotta say. So I can't really spidey flick this very well. I can't do it. I can kind of thumb flip it. Yeah, I just did it. That's actually the first time I've done that in a while. This bad boy is sharp, sharp, sharp. It is RPM 9, AR Tac RPM 9 steel. That is from what I understand, that is a proprietary. No, proprietary is the wrong word. I think that is CJRB and Artisan Cutlery's steel that they use. I think they come up with the formulation and stuff like that. But honestly, do y'all really care about blade steel? We could talk about that forever. I had a really cool chat with Dominic of Max Level EDCing and Marine X, of course, as I talked about before. And we had a really good conversation. And part of that was about blade steels. Does anybody really care, other than knife nerds and EDC nerds, does anybody really care? See, I can't even do it. I can't do it. I'll just pull it open. It's really nice. Does anybody really care about blade steels? I tell you what I'm starting to care more about is if it works, if it holds a good working edge, and if I don't have to sharpen it like every other day. You know what I mean? That's what I care about. The contour, the blade type right here, it's almost like a Warncliffe. In fact, I'd say that's probably a Warncliffe, right? Yeah. But yeah, CGRB also did not send me this. I purchased this right off of Amazon, so very, very nice. Pocket clip is really good. It's really skinny, but it's stainless, shiny steel there. And of course, you got a lanyard hole. The lanyard hole actually had the spacer right there. You've got a bronze kind of spacer. I don't think it's actual bronze, but it's like a metal that is made to look like bronze. And you got a spacer right there, but it also has the outline of it on the lanyard hole there. So I always like to put, little lanyards on my stuff, kind of customize it or whatever. So that's the second flip I've ever done. It's really nice. You got a nice little finger indentation right here. Really, really cool. Let me show you some other stuff before I gotta go. I gotta go here in about 5 minutes. Of course, I'm carrying AirPods, nothing special there. I actually don't do a case because if I feel like they double the thickness of these, if I do a case, use those every day, talk on the phone all day, every day. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So I've got a Workerman. I'm still using my Workerman keychain key holder. I'll go ahead and show you they say not to show your keys on video on public YouTube, so, but this is my Workerman key holder. Now these are pretty hard to get. I've actually got a second one, but you can't really, I don't know, you can't really figure that out. So I wanted to get a second one, but these are really cool. And they're just little clips. They're very strong, actually. They've got a little bit of bend in them, and this is, of course, made of Ultem. And you got a little bit of weathering on mine. Mine's getting pretty grungy on the inside there, if you can see, but I kind of like that. I kind of like the way stuff looks and it's getting used. Here is the thing that I wanted to show you from Ant Design, and I'll go ahead and, well, I can't show you the other part of it here because my key's in the ignition, but you've got this, the Ant Design Q1. It's a coupler for your keys, and here's one end of it. And let me go ahead and shut the car off and let you see the other. And there's the other end, and I love the way this looks. It's just got this really cool industrial look on it. And they magnetize, and you just push them together like that. And that joker stays tight right there. I love, love, love this little coupler right there. Very cool stuff. Last thing that I wanted to show you that I'm actually carrying with me a lot, before I show you the bag over here real quick, is the wallet. This is the Reform 2. I think it's the O2 wallet. Let me start the car back up. It's burning up in here. Sorry about that. This is the Reform O2 wallet, and let me go ahead and pull some of this out. I'm not going to pull out any of my cards, but you can see right here, it's just a nice, super thin little thing. I mean, it's just so, it's made of this really polyethylene material. I have noticed, and I have been carrying this for several months, but I have noticed that everything, it's got a little bit of a of a kind of a, it's not a tear starting there, but it's kind of got something starting there. So again, this is by Reform. You can see that right there. Reform. Such a wonderful, flexible wallet. It holds a lot more cards than you think. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a really thick card right here that is the rolling square ID card. Not ID card, the homing card. Rolling square, what's this called? What's this called? Powered by Rolling Square NFC card. It's like an NFC business card, but it's also something else. Excuse me. And then I've got 2 of my main cards on the outside right here. So super thin, as you can see. It kind of folds up right there, fits really well in my pocket. The Reform 02. This is the non-coin version. They have a coin version that you can kind of do like this, and it opens up to, you put coins and different things in there. But this one is just the regular version. I think this is the 02. And then lastly, I can't say a whole lot about this one because I don't have very much time. I've only got a couple of minutes before I got to pick up my boy. I'm sitting here in the Carline. But this is the Peak Design 15 liter, 16 liter? Not real sure. 16 liter pack. Can't really see it all that well. But this thing is super cool. I picked this up, and you're going to laugh when you hear how cheap this was. I got this for like 75 bucks. Unbelievable. Got it for 75 bucks. Look at that organization you can get in there. Got my Tough Possum gear pouch. Of course, I'm a little limited here in the car, and I'll do a big review on this one soon. I'm going to be carrying this at Blade Show. It's perfect for cameras. You've got these configurable slots. Got my iPad mini up here. Oh, and I forgot to show you this right here. I'm going to be doing a video on this. Look at this bad boy right here. The Evergoods Cap 0.5. The Civic Access Pouch 0.5. It's really neat. So let me show you about this. We'll do a dedicated video on the Peak Design 15 liter there. But this right here is a cool little, oh, I got an Ace $5 coupon card. It's a cool little pouch right here that will organize all your stuff on, this is the Cap 0.5. Now I've got the Cap 2 liter, I think it's the 2 liter, the one that I was crazy about. But yeah, this is really great. Hey, thank you Nameless for saying it's a crazy good carry. Really appreciate y'all staying in and tuning in. I've got some pencils on one side, you've got a mesh pouch on one side, and then you've got a solid pouch on the other. And so you've got Evergoods right there. These bad boys sold out really quick. So I'm not gonna go tell you to get one because I think that they're gonna have a restock. It's gonna be a while before I think they restock these. I think they told us that they said that on the website because I actually went to go get another one of these. But it's ballistic nylon, super awesome for carrying around just a few essentials, and it works out perfectly that it came right when I got this Peak Design bag. So you'll be hearing about that pretty soon. But thank you so very much for tuning in today to Carline Conversations. This is just something I like to do once in a while when I get a chance to chat with you for 15 or 20 minutes here in the car as I'm waiting for my boy. He'll be out here in just a minute, so I've got to go get him. But thank you so very much for all of your support. Thank you so very much for all of your kind comments. Really appreciate everything that you guys comment on, say, and do, and everything. I'm going to be at Blade Show in June, on June 7th. And if you are going to be at Blade Show Atlanta, I would love, love, love to meet you. Thank you so much. Go out and have a great rest of your week, and God bless you all. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit that like button too. Give me some more traffic here. Thank you so much, guys.